Hello, beautiful ones. I was trying to share this on my personal page, and I'm having some problems. So let's see who's there. Is there anyone here live? Let me know if you're watching this as a replay. I would love to know. It would be amazing, amazing. So stay with me. I'm just finding a way to share this on my personal page, so it won't be long. Just bear with me. I know it's not fun to watch somebody looking down, but I will make it work. Hello, if you're joining me now. I know it was totally, I was not supposed to come live today, but hey, I wanted to chat with you. I wanted to chat and just share a lot of things that are going on, but it's all about energies. It's all about how energies are shifting. And I really wanted to chat with you about that. So I'm just sharing this video on my personal page. Bear with me, beautiful ones. And there we go. How are you doing? Who's there? Who's watching? Let me know, beautiful ones. So today, I wanted to chat about the energy. So those of you who are on my, who have access to my personal profile on Facebook probably know a little bit about what's going through lately, but I do admit I haven't shared everything because it sounds like a movie. It sounds like it's too much to be true. And as my boyfriend would say, he would say, come on, they just made that up. They just add things to the script to make it interesting. But in the end, it is not possible. It's way too much stuff. And there is a lot of stuff. I'm not the only one. I'm not trying to get your attention on my situation. But what I'm going through is, of course, inviting me to explore my own journey right now and also compare. I mean, I'm working with other light workers, so I see their evolution, I see their struggles, and I realize that everything you're going through right now. I write a really short but amazing post, and I shared it on at least on my personal page. I don't know if I did in the other groups, but I will. I will. It's all about really getting to understand how you navigate, how you move in these energies while the world is also going through its own tumultuous shift. You see? So my fingers are already moving. There's something happening. So as I said earlier, and welcome, let me know who's there, by the way. Let me know. I would love to know. This is a totally spontaneous conversation. I had decided that I wouldn't have any planned events at all for the whole week. So I will pop in whenever I feel I want to be as spontaneous as possible, and I will see how I feel. But my question to you is, how do you feel? I know you will see me and other channelers always talking about energy upgrades, and it's not to tell you what's going to happen. Hello, Melinda. I'm happy you're here. Beautiful. It's not to tell you what's going to happen. It's not to tell you get ready because this is happening right now. It has been happening for a while. It has been quite intensified in the last 2 months. And right now it's back to back, like really back to back. So today I want to talk about the energies and help you understand how to decipher whether you should observe what you're going through as chaos or as a spiritual upgrade. Because your gaze, the gaze you put on the situation you're experiencing right now, will not only impact your emotional response to the events, but it will also impact the manifestation, the outcome, And that is really important, that you remain honest, you remain distant while observing your own situation, and of course let the emotions run if they have to run. Right now everything is so accelerated that personally I don't even master much, and I'm not trying to, because that's the lesson: to let go, to totally let go of the desire to be ready. Sometimes you can be ready for things because there's some kind of cerebral planning. That's something you want to manifest. So you get ready, whether it's a project, whether it's a presentation, whether it's work. But sometimes everything is in the air. Everything, nothing is really palpable. It's something that you feel is coming, and all you have is signs, but because the energy is a little bit different, those signs may just come one after the other, and it's hard for you to make a complete sentence out of everything. It's hard for you to make sense of everything and really put all the pieces together so you can actually clearly say, this is what I'm going through, this is what is happening, and this is happening to me because I need to work on this aspect of myself. So right now, that is a question I really would like to know for you guys. And if you're watching this as a replay, be sure that I will read your comments. I want really you to think of the energies you're going through right now versus the energies of last week. Because from my perspective, it's even more rapid. And the more you work on it, the more it's accelerating. So take a minute, write it down. Please share it with us. It's an heart-to-heart conversation. Nothing's planned. I have no notes. It's an open conversation. So tell me if between, well, we had a wonderful chat last Tuesday, but just tell me if you feel that something has changed in the way things are unfolding. Good news, bad news, stagnation, rising, awakening, visions. If you feel that things are shifting, because it's true that we're interconnected. So you will connect with people that might evolve at the same pace. So let's say that for you right now, things are unfolding slowly. You have like nice and gentle and beautiful awakening moments. Chances are you will want to talk with people who are going at that pace, or you will attract people who are going at that pace. But if your awakening process is and your intuitive power unlocking is going very quickly, chances are that a few people around you are going through the same thing. I mean, we are brothers and sisters. We attract people who can support us and whom we can support. So it means that somehow there's a connection between their frequency and ours. So do I need to explain what's going through? I think I've done that many times, definitely in the past month. Energies are not different. They're really not different. They're just more rapid. And everything you resist will come to you as a wake-up call, so you can look deep into your reality and you tell yourself, what am I holding on to right now? What am I refusing to let go of? Again, a pet, a relationship, a way of doing work, a way of practicing your magic. That's usually where there's a bump on the road. That's usually where things are starting to get a little bit rugged. So I don't know. I don't see any comments yet, guys. So I see some people are watching live. So let me know. Let me know, beautiful ones, who's watching. I would love to know. Either way, no worries. No worries. So right now, what is flowing easily? For me, it's my intuitive powers. It's like skyrocketing. For you, what is it? What is slow and is it's definitely attachment to my what makes me feel safe, attachment to things I love, people I love. Hello, Natalie, how you doing? Oh, Natalie says my shift is flowing joyously. Money has manifested so good. That is beautiful. I know you were working hard and working in a sense, aligning yourself. So that's beautiful. And that is great. You see, either way, things are changing. Things are changing. So we all have different faces, and it's true that if right now you're a little bit stumbling over things, you might say, okay, I'm going to listen to what she has to say. If your life is flowing joyously, you might feel that you don't really relate to what I'm saying right now. Either way, the cyclical or how do you say that? Anyways, all the cycles are flowing pretty much the same way. It's up, down, or it's up, down, stagnation, up, down, stagnation, up, down, like transition. It's always the same thing. What is different is how long will last each section of the triad. See, that's the triad. It's always elevation, 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 then bliss. We enjoy it, we enjoy it, we enjoy it. And then okay, it's not as fun, it's not as fun. Going down, going down, going down. Going down doesn't mean negative. It means that there's a depletion of energy. The energy is not flowing as easily. And you feel something is shifting. And then, okay, stagnation, stagnation, stagnation. So what we don't control, well, we can control. There will be a time where we can master our own energy and how it resonates with the external energies. But you can have a fluctuation between how long each sequence is lasting. Melinda says, I have been, oh, okay, let me just put that on the screen so I can read it better. I have been seeing different beings even when I'm not channeling. I'm trying to overcome fear of the next step and failing. Nah. You're not failing. What does it mean failing? Because it's not going as fast, or because there's no clarity? Look, you're seeing different beings when you're not channeling. I wouldn't call that failing. I would call that an upgrade. After that, because you give yourself a limited time of mentally or maybe on a schedule when things should happen, that's where the pressure comes in, and that's where things are blocked. It's as soon as you let go. And I know you've heard that so many times, but it's true. As soon as you let go, and sometimes it's difficult. I have so many things happening in my life, and it's not a question of being awakened, not awakened, highly intuitive or not highly intuitive. We all have phases in our lives that are trying to realign us. Life is not trying to hurt us, and definitely not as you awaken to your divine self. But it doesn't mean life is going to be easy. It doesn't mean that life is going to be like, again, always joyful. Doesn't mean it has to be painful either. But there will be what we call in French contretemps, which is, I don't know how to say that. Maybe somebody will translate that for me. Contretemps, which means like some kind of, maybe I should. I don't know. Should I try to find? I don't know, because contretemps is so nice. It's like it's going against the time. Contretemps in English, against time. No. It's not. Setbacks. Yeah, I know. I knew the word and it just flew out of my mind. So yeah, setbacks. We have setbacks, but those setbacks are simply to redirect you. So now if you, as soon, and it works, Melinda, I get you, because I was going through the same thing. And as soon as something is awakening within you, you're starting to plan. You're starting to say, how can I repeat the happy moments? How can I repeat the success? How can I repeat all the gifts that are coming through? How can I intensify and even develop more of this? And that's where we become more earth bound, or our cerebral desire to control time is taking over, and we try to say, okay, I need to do this before this time or this date, or I need to get that much money, or I need to have so many clients, or I need to have a program by this date, which is okay. It's part of the third dimensional reality. We need to program, but there's one thing that is more important than programming. It's how do you feel energetically, and how are external energies. That is crucial, because right now everything is accelerated. So if you are, again, we're going through the elevation, a little bit of a peak, which is the bliss, and going down, then stagnation or transition. So if right now in your awakening process, or whatever you're going through, you're on the rise automatically, because those energies are accelerated, you will intensify the rise, you will intensify all the results that are connected to your alignment with everything. But if you are in stagnation, or you're going down in terms, you're starting to realize, I cannot continue on this way, I'm not aligned anymore with what I used to do. Well, right now specifically, you're going to go down a lot more rapidly than maybe 5 years ago, or whatever periods. Right now everything goes fast. So yes, you can make a lot of money fast, you can make a lot of friends fast, you can make new connections very quickly, but you can dissolve also very quickly things around you. It's not, again, to hurt you, it's not to take you off balance. It's just that it is an invitation to say to you, look at what you're going through right now, look at what is rising within you, what you're working with, and simply see what needs to go, and simply see how you can do it. And you're not a victim. You are not powerless. You're just surfing the waves of life. And you cannot always control the current. You cannot always control the cosmic weather. Even if you're prepared, even if you have your life vest, your umbrella. Hey, I'm a channeler. I sensed it was going to be like really challenging. Natalie told us, I channeled it, I know. Even with your umbrella, and I'm telling you, I had 2 umbrellas. I had a big life vest. I know how to swim, and still it's rocky and bumpy for me. And yes, it's not always easy, but I take the time to channel, to talk to my higher self, to talk to everything that is involved in the shift I'm going through. And I'm saying, why all this is happening right now? Why did I receive the signs and could not connect everything together? And even if I had, I could not have stopped the process, because this is a massive awakening. That's for me, but it is happening for you too, whatever you're going through, because there's an alignment. And today is 22/11/22. Yes, there's a portal. This one is very, very open. And of course, a portal doesn't open exactly at midnight on November 22, 2022. It opened a few days ago and will remain open for a few extra days. I'm not always checking every date to find out if there's a portal opening, because portals are everywhere, can happen anytime. But those energetic portals make everything happen with more intensity. So whether you check your dates or not doesn't matter, but you might find out at the end of the day, oh, of course, it was a full moon. Of course, it was November 2022. So again, humans have a tendency to want to know what's going to happen because they want to get ready in order to suffer less and to just enjoy the process. It's not happening yet like that for most of us. Some people, of course, feel the energies and just flow with ease and beauty all the time. But for most of us, it's just, okay, these are the energies of the day. There's definitely a vortex open today. I felt it. I see it. Now, I wanted to say, let's ask why, but I don't want our brains to interfere. The why would be more, what is the world trying to tell me? What is my higher self and star team trying to tell me, to put so many different challenging events in my life? And again, if you're on the other spectrum and it's like, beauty, beauty, beauty everywhere, of course, enjoy it. But stop a minute and analyze with an open heart, not with a such focused cerebral kind of approach. Try to understand why right now everything is successful. Why right now what I try is just bringing instant success. Well, I may have tried a similar recipe 3 weeks ago, nothing. Again, it's not to question the success you have. It's to find out what you have done in the previous weeks, previous days, previous months to get you in alignment right now where everything's flow. But that's the opposite. If ever there's a lot of things happening and it's challenging you, stop a minute. What have I done up to today that makes what I'm going through right now a little bit harder? It's not to blame you, it's not to judge you, it's actually to understand your own way of reacting with external energies. There's things you cannot control. It's the weather, it's the cosmic energies, it's what humanity is going through. It impacts communities, it impacts countries, it impacts systems, it impacts government. So of course it's going to impact your family and you as an individual. So just see how usually you react. You react and you feel triggered or elated by those external energies. See and find how the tricks that got you where you are, and how all this is teaching you where you're at. So if what you're going through is highly blissful, successful, empowering, everything is empowering actually. Okay, what have you done? Did you let go of something? Did you just focus on something else? What did you do? And it's true, it's always a question of alignment. You do that in 3 weeks but in 3 weeks, you'll be somewhere else. So of course you won't reuse the same tools. The tools or the attitude or the mindset you have right now allow you to feel success right now because cosmic vibrations are meeting your vibrations. They speak the same language, skyrocket. Intensification of energies that you are sharing. Now, if something was trying to be birthed and you were resisting or there was a lot of setbacks, then you are, of course, holding that energy within you. And then you meet the energies that are rocky, bumpy, highly activating right now. And then you just put more fire on what is already there. That's all you do, or more fuel on the fire. Sorry. You just put more fuel on the fire. But again, if things are a bit heavier, a bit more difficult right now, because when it's good, usually we experience it and we don't need to talk about it. But if it's a little bit heavier, the question is not like, why me? Why is it happening to me? I've done that. I was questioning so much the why me, not that I was doing that consciously, but when you don't understand why you're going through so many obstacles, which are lessons, and we call them obstacles because it's not as pleasant, but the lessons are as powerful as, unlimited success for a while. Um, the question is to understand, okay, what am I going through right now? What is it trying to teach me about myself? Personally, again, if you're on my personal page on Facebook, you probably heard the story. I'm not sure I want to tell all the details because it's way more than what I shared. I can make just a little summary and you'll understand how crazy that is. And even that, I've never felt so light about that. Am I fully happy that that is happening to me? No, no, my heart is a little bit challenged here. Things are missing in my reality, things are different. But if I stop for a minute and I say, what is it bringing me? Of course, as when you guys, you're highly intuitive. So whatever you're going through, close your eyes, you will find the why. So a few months ago, well, my dad has some Alzheimer, is in institution. It started pretty much around COVID. That was like crazy. And okay, so if we go back to that period of 2 months of crazy stuff happening, everything's accelerated. A lot of issues where he is at the residence or the home where he is right now. And then going to the hospital for no reasons. The staff is freaking out. Hello, beautiful one. I don't know who's there, sending me big hugs, but I take them and I give you back big hugs. So my dad was sent to the hospital for Sandra, beautiful. Thank you for being here. He was sent to the hospital for no specific reason. So when you're 80, how old is he now? 88. It's quite crazy. It's quite challenging. And then the home where he lives has been investigated for mistreatment. And it went on TV. That happened Friday. And then yesterday, he was sent again to the hospital. And my mom, they called my mom and me for some reason. I was totally out of the loop. I was not reachable, and I don't know why. I was not meant to receive that, but I got the news. Panicking. The nurses were panicking. He's not responding. He's not opening his eyes. Blah, blah, blah. They freaked out. Everybody freaked out. And my mom freaked out as well. And okay, second nurse calling. We're sending him to the hospital. So it's twice in 3 weeks or something like that. And then my mom calls the hospital. No, he's fine. Of course, he's losing his memory, but he's fine. So, okay, I'll go and visit him tomorrow. Not me, my mom. Then, oh yeah, he's gonna come. He's gonna go home tonight. So before going to the home, she calls. Okay, is he back? So I don't get a taxi there for nothing. No, we don't know where he is. Oh, he's not that. The hospital says he's gone, and the home doesn't know where he is. So my mom freaks out, calls the hospital again. When did he leave the hospital? Midnight yesterday. So he must be back. That, you understand, it may appear like nothing on the scheme of the whole life and the awakening process. But these are like timelines that are just, it's like interferences. It's like information is bouncing back, and what is happening energetically speaking, that it appears like an accumulation of things that are totally out of alignment, and you think you're struggling trying to align things. It's just that you're on one timeline. That's your reality right now. There's one potential timeline. You know there might be many, you know. And then you're meant to jump on the next available timeline, which would be you shifting to another version of what you can create. And when you have problems to live this one, but this one is waiting for you. All the universe, your higher self is, of course, the main coordinator of those awakening, big and small. Well, then they're trying to push things. They're trying to push things so you can, I'm not going to put that on my face, in front of my face. They're trying to push things so the old you, on the old timeline, doing things the way you used to do it for years, for months, doesn't work anymore. Still, you're on the timeline. It's trying to, actually, this one doesn't move. It's more this one that's trying to merge in, to force you to go into the new timeline. New timeline with new potential, with a new understanding of who you are, your intuitive abilities. It's like seeing things with another eye, with another perspective. So when you resist, living the old timeline, you've got, so imagine two different currents, electric currents, when they meet, sparks, sparks, sparks. So what my mom happened, and of course it's happening to me too, and it's happening to my poor dad too, is that the whole family is shifting, us individually, because we all have a different journey and quite different, but we talk to each other. The family is a vortex itself, and we're all in that beautiful storm where people, like, if my family, because we're just three in my close family, that triad is going through a turmoil. Some are ready to leave, upgrade, next timeline. Others are resisting, and it creates like those sparks. It's like an opening in what we call the space-time continuum, and then everything can happen. New people, synchronicities, struggles, and then again good stuff, and then it goes everywhere until you can align yourself with the new timeline you're meant to jump on. Is that clear, or does it sound too woo-woo? Because this is happening for all of us. I'm just giving you, I'm not even telling you the story with my cat that is happening at the same time. My cat with my parent stuff, my beautiful cat that comes back at home time all the time, disappeared. I don't know, nobody knows where he is. Everybody saw him around 2 or 3. We asked all the neighbors. Everybody saw him at the same time. And then, no cats, nothing. What happened? Okay, there's a lot of explanations. Somebody took him in, he's hiding, he's injured, he's dead. Oh, Zaina, how beautiful. I'm happy. Thank you for being here. So, of course, I'm a human being. I'm like, my cat, where's my cat? My cats are my babies, you know, and cats and pets are just so connected. You know, when you're a channeler and intuitive, they're beings as much as important as a child, as a person. They have a life. They're important. So first day, I didn't cry very much, but I was like, oh no. And the thing is that if you watched my my channels, mainly on Facebook, I was sharing how beautiful Thursday was. Thursday, we definitely skipped onto another timeline. I don't know about you, but my friend Sebastien and I, and we made a video out of from based on that experience. I won't do it again, but it was like peace and love. We channeled together clarity around the mission as a group, as a duo. I'm sorry, every felt like whoa. And they told us it's going to take us 48 to 72 hours of integration. So I came up, I said, that's it. I upgraded myself to another level. I will just blissfully let it integrate itself through my reality and I'll find out what I'm called. And I had planned things, what to do and how to work, how to reprogram my stuff and like for work and all that. And the evening, my cat came on my bed, something he doesn't do. He went close to my head, like he wanted to fall asleep next to me, then at the end of the bed, and then next to me. And I said, you're sick. You never do that. And I could see in his eyes that he was not feeling himself. It's honestly, it's like it was a blend of fear, of anxiety, and as if only the vessel, the physical body was here and the soul was. It's like if the cat was somehow feeling scared and on pause. So I almost got scared. I said, oh my God, maybe you went out and you got scared. So you want mommy to take and protect you. But I woke up during the night because I could not sleep very well. I could feel his vibration telling me something I'm not doing well. I wake up, he's at the end of the bed, eyes open, like almost like staring at me. It's like 3 a.m. What's happening? Of course, I'm attentive to this, but never would have thought that my cat would disappear completely. So he left. And I had a wonderful day of integration because I was happy of, oh, I'm entering a new phase, la 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 la. And then, and then the cat is not back by 6. It's okay. Sometimes it comes back by 8. But for some reasons, I felt nervous about it. Normally, I would have said, but I sensed, yesterday sent me a hint something was going to happen. And I think it's all his soul, it's all energetic. He kind of knew energetically what was going to happen. There would be a separation from me. So I got a warning. He sent me the warning. Cats are working, animals are working very differently. Nothing is linear. Everything can happen at the same time. Their construction of reality is more based on the now or the and it's like memories are interacting. It's quick. It's all it's a little bit diffused in a certain way. So it's like it's what it happened Friday. I've lost track. It's gonna be the 5th night. The cat is not there, and I'm like, okay, my cat is not there. Oh, that is happening with my parents. I had similar events happening before, but like it's really touching me to the core. It's really like, so I'm saying, okay, I'm not going to go into fears. I'm not going to go into this. And what is weird is that I feel so much my cat that I don't know yet. I tell you, I'm a little bit scared to channel him like a full session, not just a glimpse, because I'm channeling him, whether I want it or not. But I feel him. I feel him. You know, when people say, okay, I've lost my, sometimes it's humans who are disappearing and I can just fully feel for them. But when they say, no, no, he's not dead, I feel him, I feel him. Well, it's the soul, it's part of the soul. You feel the soul, you feel their vibration. So I felt him feeling very light. Now I feel his energy feeling a little bit impatient to move to the next step. So it could be in this reality, but it could be in the other reality. Maybe he's dead and he was transitioning and he was okay, but now he wants to go further. So I will investigate that, but this is how crazy things are going for me right now. And at the same time, if that had happened to me a year ago, I would not have been able to even chat with you. I would have been very stressed. I would have been all over the place. But this is part of my evolution. What we're going through, even when it's hard, is part of our evolution. It's part of something changing And of course, my cat is a catalyst. It's my cat. For me, it's my cat. For you, it might be a relationship that ends. It could be something else. But now I'm trying to maintain a certain emotional and energetic balance so I can go back to my next timeline, radiate energy around me so my parents don't feel like, oh my God, we're overwhelmed with all this. And today I had a conversation with my parents. I mean, my mom goes and see him and we do a Facebook live, a Messenger live video chat. And I could hear the distress, the fear and all that. And I said, we're going to turn that into a joke. And that was the best way to do it. But I mean, we understand that in other times that would have been maybe not tragic, but difficult. These things are difficult. And it's all a question. I know it's we can say it's the way you see things. It's the way you visualize. It's the way you let those things impact you. And yes, it's true. But in order to make that, to allow this thought of it's the way you let it imprint your reality, your mind, it's more than that. You have to feel it. It's one thing to say, no, I'm going to laugh about it. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, my parents are going through something big. I lost my cat and blah, blah, blah. And many other things. I think there's even something else that happened recently in our lives. And it was like, it's just to be aware that, okay, as soon as you understand that it's meant to change you from this timeline to another one, it's the transition. It's like taking the plane from your origin point to the destination. And the plane thing, you're not the driver. The pilot is driving it. The pilot, it might go through a storm. The pilot might go through a detour to get to your destination. That's exactly what happens when you go from one timeline to another. There's more than you piloting the transition. And if energies are crazy, then yeah, we might have turbulences, but they're just turbulences. The plane is not crashing. It's just turbulences. I know it sounds dramatic the way I explain it, and I don't want to make it dramatic. It's actually to make you see that what may appear like something dramatic, difficult, if you stop for a minute and say, okay, I cannot change it because I'm not the only one involved. Like I cannot change the reality with my parents. I cannot change the reality with my cat. We're all channelers here. What is happening? Yes, you can ask a question, of course. Please ask if you have any questions along the way. I'm here for that. It's a conversation. It is important that you do not go into despair, into fear that what's next now? Please don't go there. Please just go, okay, there's an accumulation of unpleasant situations. Why now? Not why to blame you, not the why. Why do I deserve this? What have I done? It's not in that way. It's what is trying to disappear out of my reality and what is trying to rise. So what is trying to disappear out of my reality and I might be holding on to old timeline speech? What is rising within me? What is invited to change? What are those signs? What are they trying to tell me? Yes, a cat can be a messenger. And a cat, even though he disappears out of your life, out of the blue, can be a messenger, can be teaching you a lesson because energetically you were, or at least an aspect of you was blocked. When you rise, you jump onto another timeline. And you need to stop. You need to stop eventually to ask yourself and ask help. I mean, Sébastien, if you watch this, hello, Emerson. Your cat just brought you a mouse today. Well, you know, at this point, I would want my cat to bring a mouse today. I probably would say, stop, let's release the mouse. but at least I would have my cat. But yes, yes, I totally hear you. I forgot what I wanted to say. Let me just close my eyes and try to go back to this. Stop and see in your energy field what you're hanging on to. What are you hanging on to, beautiful ones? When you hang on to something, that's where a lot of things happen. And you know what? Maybe some people could say, poor Natalie, her cat, it's really sad. Plus what happens with her, what is happening with her parents, their bad luck and all that. It must be heavy. Well, why don't we see this as, I hope Natalie stops and really evaluates her energy and what she needs to let go of. There's a lot of things I'm holding on to, like any other human being, channeler, light workers, or non, that needs to go. Right now, it's like if the massive emergence of those events or just a kick in the cosmic butt, really. It's really because even though I thought I was evolving, I guess it was not quick enough. For them up there, 24 hours is not enough. It's like every 24 hours, bring me something new. So my cat disappeared on Friday, plus everything that happened in between. I feel a month have passed. I feel that my cat has been gone for a month. So much clarity came through. I'm not going to tell you about what I'm going through and what is rising because I'm right in it. I mean, and actually what I can confirm that is happening, yeah, it's all fine. It's all good. But what is happening to me and is a continuation of what happened probably 2 years ago and is happening to you whenever you're going to, Emerson says, I feel like he had a mission and he will be back. Yes, you're totally right. Totally right. What is happening? Every time I want to answer your questions, I forget where I was. No worries, it will come back. I forgot. I lost track of what I was saying. Maybe somebody can help me. What was I saying? Yeah, somebody could feel that maybe I'm not lucky, that things are happening like massively, poor her and blah, blah, blah. But again, I'm in a transition. I'm not even sure how much will unlock. But what I know, yes, continuation. Thank you so much. What I know for sure. And again, I'm not sharing this to like attract pity or anything. It's far from me, but I know my story and I consider myself like a clear channeler. I said, if that happens to me, then it happens to others, or it will. Let's get everybody ready so they don't panic when that happens to them. The thing, it's true, is to talk to other channelers and people who can understand that. Because I do admit that even though I'm channeling, when you're emotionally involved, you wonder if your mind is not trying to make you feel better. I don't know what is unlocking. Yes, I remember what I was saying. I was talking about that our intuitive growth always comes from the heart chakra opening, the heart center, just right here in the middle of the chest, right here. And it's not because it opened once that you feel, oh my God, yes, I'm more connected to love and respect and acceptance. It doesn't mean it's over. Like the heart center opening can just expand until infinity. So what means as it grows is that suddenly you don't freak out, you're not scared anymore. And I just say this and I feel my hands are pulled out. There's channeling energies right now. So let me know how this resonates with you. But it's like, you'll know when your heart chakra is opening up. because things that used to be scary are no longer scary. And even though they're not pleasant, you're not fighting the universe, you're not fighting your past, you're not fighting your family, you're not fighting your government in the way that it's like somebody's responsible. It's like a rebellion. Rebellion is necessary for some stuff, but when the heart chakra opens up, you see the reason behind everything, and you radiate love. Love doesn't mean blindness. Love doesn't mean you're not taking care of anything and you just say, I don't care, I just want to vibrate with love, I don't care. No, it means that I'm not blaming myself, I'm doing everything I can, and I want to understand what it means. And I want to feel blissful during those times. I want to feel peaceful during those times. Now, Liz says, yeah, I'm more patient with things. Yes, we all have a different trajectory. We all have a different journey. And I do feel that sometimes it's very good to be patient. It's a good nature. It's the best way. Sometimes your mission might be to take you a little bit further than where you are right now. And if you stay in your zone, and I'm not talking about you, Natalie, I just want to make that clear. It's for anyone. I think your comment is great, and it probably helps me orient the conversation somewhere else. But it's like sometimes we can get comfortable with what we have accomplished. Even if you accomplished and created it a week ago, you feel, yeah, that's it. Finally, I got it. And then you realize that, oh, it's crumbling down. It's not working anymore. I don't like it anymore. It's not life being against you. It's that you're ready for the next timeline. And things are shifting very quickly. So that can be a really, I shouldn't say exhausting, because if we are really radiating a sense of, okay, I cannot enter that vortex, that storm, and fight it. Again, there's your own evolution, your own soul purpose, your own mission within other vortexes. You are within, you have your own energy, and you are in, it's like, the Russian dolls. Let's say you're the smallest doll. You are the smallest doll. It's you, your soul purpose, your own awakening process. Then the next doll over you is maybe your family. And then the next doll over you is maybe your extended family. And the doll, the bigger doll, is your community. And the biggest one is your country. And the biggest one is the humanity. So you understand that you, in your tiny little doll, as a tiny little doll, you do the work, but you will also be influenced by it's not like you're being compressed by the other dolls or the other energies, but when you move, you're moving through all those little dolls. Think of the dolls as just energy. So you're just moving through this. And as you're moving through this, you obviously touch other energies from other people you know, people you don't know. And they affect a little bit momentarily your own. Okay, that's rocking a little bit. And then, okay, there's like, the world is going through something, and you're walking and diving and moving into your own reality, and you just meet that energy that is part of your reality, but maybe an extended reality, a reality that normally does not impact you, but because it's stronger, it does impact you. You understand how many things can impact our reality? And the best thing is always to open the heart center. And that used to be, and I'll probably go back to this, but that used to be how I would start most of my activations for me and with my clients, because that is definitely the best way to accelerate your awakening process, whatever you're going through, including developing your intuitive powers, like seeing yourself, opening, entering in as if you were going through a tunnel, but the tunnel is through your heart center. And on the other side, there's another dimension. And on the other side, there's your higher self, there's your star team, there's wisdom, there's cosmic guidance, there are answers. So let's take a minute. Let's do this. Close your eyes. And I don't need to go for long because just the conversation just activated us energetically. But imagine a door opening up right in the middle of the chest. Whatever door you want. Could be sliding doors. It could be just a curtain opening up that is just gentle and it's opening up. And as it's opening up, you see light coming through. And in this light, I will describe everything I see. There's a silhouette of you on the other side of that door. You see it. You observe yourself. And the silhouette is you, the purest version of yourself. It's your higher self. It's your past lives. It's your future potential. It's everything you know, everything you hold. And that light version of yourself is asking you to enter the space. So your vision enters your heart center. And on the other side, it's like entering a vortex. You have a feeling that you're penetrating into another world, another landscape. And it is. But you feel that you're being totally somehow taken into a spiraling vortex that is taking you onto or in another reality. We don't know yet. You will see yours. I'm just waiting. They're showing me like the vortex. So it means you're elevating your frequency. You're just, you feel a lot more peace. You feel that you're held and something will unlock as you just leave the vortex. It's like the vortex is just an elevator, but it's a multi-dimensional, I shouldn't say that, it's an interdimensional elevator. And on the other side, there's you, your consciousness, who you are. There's your higher self. There's your star team. And you're being briefed. You're being told what's happening for you right now. It's like you're going back to base and you are updating the data. This is what I have done. Okay, what's the next step? What's the next mission? So I will give us a few seconds of silence so you can hear what your team is telling you, because they will explain what you're going through. And if they don't, ask them. They will explain what you're going through, why you're going through this, whether it's pleasant or less pleasant. At this point, it's still important to know why things are flowing easily and why they're not. There's always a lesson. And what's next? So let's do this for a minute or two. Take a deep breath in through the nose and release. And if you didn't get all the details you needed, the vortex is open, so it is totally fine. You can continue the conversation on your own a little bit later, thanking your higher self, thanking your star team. Thank you for this, and just integrating everything that was said today in a peaceful and elevating way, so you can see clearly, so you can understand, so you can integrate everything, so you can see what's coming ahead, so you understand the journey, your own journey, and you receive the guidance with ease and flow and love, feeling surrounded. And of course, you can open your eyes when you're ready. And it was a short activation. I was not planning on doing one now, but they were really asking me to do it. So you could feel what it means to enter the heart space, rise into energy, into another dimension, and from there having another type of conversation. And that conversation is way more interesting for you than, a third dimensional conversation. Even if it's rich in details, you need to retrieve your own guidance. What did you get? Did you get anything that can help you see a little bit better what's going to happen? I'm just going to go through the questions, if there are some questions. I'm just checking. Are there any questions? I don't think I see any questions, so that's all good. But tell me how that was. I have vivid dreams. I feel like there are messages. Yes, of course. You struggle to remember them. It's not that important. You still dream even if you don't remember them. Messages can come to you anytime. And of course, you can ask for messages when you're awake. You can even ask for messages when you're awake before going to bed. When we start channeling, when we start connecting to higher realities, we think that the dream time might be the clearest way to see things. And it's true, you're sleeping, so your mental is not trying to evaluate, analyze, and potentially shut the information down. But at this point, your reality, everything can be an occasion for you to channel. And the best way to channel, do the same thing. See your heart, go through your heart center, see yourself going through a vortex. You're always held into beautiful energy when you do that. And just ask them whatever guidance. Dreams are, I shouldn't say trickier, but when you channel, you find them a little bit more trickier because it's a bit harder to interact with them. And you have different types of dreams. You have dreams coming from the subconscious mind, then it's quite different. And dreams sometimes can also be an out-of-body experience. And every time we sleep, we do leave our body and we're rising and we're meeting other light workers and other star beings. So maybe you can start with that, but ask and feel that you're well supported to see all that. So I have comments. There was a series of banging on your wall. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. That is something you need to decipher, beautiful one. Because anything can happen. And in a good way, anything can happen. Melinda got that. Be patient. I was told get out there more. Yeah, see your truth. Don't pressure yourself. Yeah, totally. You can ask how to do that if ever you think that you don't know how to do it. You can ask how to do it. Do that. Zaina, that was my pleasure, beautiful one. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Zaina, I hope, beautiful one. So I'm going to let you go today. I was not planning on going because it sounds like I may be mastering everything, but I'm like you. I'm going through a lot of shifts lately. I don't see them as negative, even if it's right now not always pleasant, but the energy flowing with me, I kind of feel it flowing from the center of the planet through my body and exploding, expanding through my heart center. So that's how I feel, even though I'm sad because my cat's not there. I can, and we can all navigate through this and never lose track of the destination where we want to be. And that's it. So I might be coming back this week or not. I don't know in terms of coming back live. I know I will write a lot of stuff to share what's going on. If you have any questions, let me know. My channeling is still powerful. It's still actually it's growing. I think that what is happening to me is that, thank you, Zaina. What is happening to me, I'm sorry, I'm touching my microphone, is that I'm starting to connect with other dimensions, but during the waking time. I probably was doing it before, but I may have needed to close my eyes. But right now, I mean, I won't tell you all the synchronicities. It's like almost 1 per hour at this point. So it means that I'm leaving my timeline. I'm already a lot in the new timeline, but I still have 1 foot or 2 feet in the old timeline. And the new timeline is not only setting new objectives and new things. And again, I'm talking about me because it's talking about you as well. It's not a unique process. It's the same process for all. But what I think I'm developing, it's this ability to very quickly see what's coming for people and see like almost different realities overlapping, dimensions overlapping. Everything is so quick. Before I needed time to, okay, let's see what it meant. Now it's really quick. So my body gets activated so quick things are. And I know that I need to give it some rest. The nervous system can be highly activated when there's a lot of upgrades happening, upgrades, awakening, phases happening. So the body needs to integrate all that. Even if what you're going through is soft and gentle, your body will always need extra time to understand that, oh, I'm really entering another phase in my life. Thank you, everyone. I wish you a wonderful day, wonderful evening, wonderful morning, wherever you are in the world. If you're watching this as a replay, let me know. Watch, ask questions. I'll be happy to answer. If you're watching this from any of my Facebook pages or on YouTube, there's a link in the description to join our beautiful community of rising, actually abundant and leading light workers, where there's at least 100 channeled activations on different topics, and more will come. The only thing that I cannot plan is this week. I just go with the flow. But I have a feeling I'll be back. But normally we meet every Tuesday afternoon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Pacific time. But this week, it's whenever I can. All right, beautiful ones. Let this conversation shift something within you, and let's talk about it tomorrow and the next days and see if you had dreams that are holding information, if you have visions that are holding information, and always use your heart center to connect to higher realities, to connect to your higher self. Remember, your higher self is the connector to everything, and you feel lovely, held, and supported when you connect to your higher self. It's you at a higher vibration. Sending you all my love, beautiful ones, and talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.